Hi Vlad, my name's Daphne. Thank you for getting involved in the course with IELTSpodcast.com. Really good to have you with us. And your first essays look great. So you started writing about the schools and so the kind of schools and education and children. So some people think schools have to be more entertaining. So we need to really show the examiner we know what this word is all about. While others think their sole purpose is to educate. Which do you agree with? Okay, so it's an agreement, opinion, essay. It is indisputable. You want the adjective, not the adverb. Indisputable. The main aim of schools is to educate learners. Academic programs developed and adopted by the Ministry of Education provide a balance of education and entertainment. Okay, so here, what do you understand by this? Immediately you need to now, when you say the Ministry of Education, do you mean the one where you live or ministries all over the world? So I would say non-specific a Ministry of Education, because that could be many of them. So balance of education, so we could put here an adjective, formal education, and diverse topics, diverse maybe subjects such as sport or drama, if that's what you mean. Okay, but you need to give me an idea of what you understand by entertaining. Despite this, you don't use despite this, some people still argue about its, which is school's vital sole purpose. No, I wouldn't reuse that. I don't think you actually need that. I don't think you need that, but then I would say, because you've kind of introduced it nicely there, your main topic. Okay. Despite, all right. So you use despite this because I like that. Despite this, many educators. So let's say who they are. Argue in favour of a more exam-driven curriculum. Then here, which I believe is, you're going to say either amazing or a really bad idea, okay? But obviously in nice high level language. And then you want to introduce the essay. This essay will discuss these key issues using examples. Keep it impersonal from Russia or wherever you like, and recent research or recent newspaper articles, something like that, just to introduce your essay and finish your intro. First of all, activities in the curriculum such as sport, arts, scouting, and music. So if you're making a list here, you have to have and for the last one. Involve pupils to interact. So involve pupils interacting, ing, or encourage pupils to interact. So you could have involve with ing, or encourage people to interact with peers, and as a result, students start to communicate and cooperate with each other on a high level. Really nice, good. Watch out for articles. I know this is a very difficult thing in your language, or different rather from the UK, but watch out. Don't use that. It's okay in spoken English, but not written English. Such socialization helps, and helps to, maybe rather than helps, and helps to, or helps youngsters to find out upsides and downsides. A little bit informal there. To helps youngsters to find out about themselves, or to discover the skills they may have, or discover their talents, something like that. For instance, a recent pilot project in Finland showed that outdoor lessons with interactive play, may help people. So use these modal verbs are quite nice to learn faster and easier and faster than indoor classes. Nice. Hence, might be applied to any school. Well done. Good paragraph there. That's a nice work. Secondly, students. So here we go. Secondly, students overwhelmed by study need some kind of entertainment. So again, explain that word to recharge their batteries and look for any distinct approach of other pupils on any exercise. What do you mean by that? Learn from others, maybe? Not sure what you mean by that. Moreover, the burden of soul education. You can't really put it like that. The burden of a focus only on exam education. You could put that. May cause further disorder. Now, are you talking mental disorder or mental frustration or mental further stress? Might be better. And frustration. Thus, learners must get fresh air. Okay. Physical gymnastics to avoid disturbances, to avoid disruptive, maybe disturbances. Okay, good. Nice paragraph. I see. I get it, apart from not quite sure about that. In conclusion, the balance of education and I would say other more diverse, stimulating, interesting, challenging activities, good adjectives there, should be kept up to provide pupils with. You provide somebody with outstanding solution. Don't use reckon, it's a bit too informal. I believe that any educational program must be diversified by enjoyment. Good. To involve more students in the process and make classes more fascinating. Okay, you could have interesting. Moreover, education. Now, that is, don't contradict yourself. So here you've said, yes, make it diversified, but don't then say, oh, but that might dilute it. If you say it's a good thing, stay on this. So don't then put something negative in your conclusion. Keep on the one, decide where your position is and stick with your position. So, doing an activity with a child. Here we go. Indeed, there are many fun and useful activities for children. Kids is a bit informal, which could be considered more appropriate than reading. So don't start with indeed. It's a little bit casual, informal for an IELTS essay. So many parents and teachers believe that would be a good start. The world educational practice would not give us a proper response if kids are forced to read or entertain to gain creative other skills. I'm not sure about that sentence. More appropriate than reading. And then rather than this, I'm not sure about that. Okay, but what it would be good to do is to put in something like more appropriate than reading. And many professionals suggest that a balance of sport or visiting outside, visiting the park or visiting museums with parents might encourage children to develop more creativity. And here then, like we did before, introduce your essay more formally. On the one hand, there's an educational standard in Russia to learn to read at the age of 6 or 7 in the first grade of school. Therefore, there's a big opportunity. There's a big chance. Therefore, or however, rather than therefore, however, there is a significant chance that not everybody is willing to read or enjoy reading, willing to or maybe able to. Likewise, it's important to point out that activities such as art, music, or sport might improve more creativity than reading does. Good, excellent. Tell me why. Because. So as we go along, we'll be developing these essays. So because, why? A diverse approach and opting for an activity will help a child develop a more versatile child. Okay? More versatile child. And enable them to learn. And then you're going to talk about the different skills, cognitive skills, spatial skills. Listen to Ben's little lectures on these essays. That might help you. That children show better results at school. Yeah, very nice. On the other hand, reading is an essential part of youngsters' development because Reading helps improve imagination and academic, maybe brain activity or more brain activity. Don't use more over again. You've got it once. Don't use another word instead. Thesis reveal many interesting development centres for children where youngsters have the opportunity to satisfy their interest in reading. Moreover, these days, you put many interesting career centres for children have been developed. The verb should come here. Where youngsters have the opportunity to satisfy their interest in reading. Okay, reading by doing what? By exploring books, by being guided by parents or other adults or their peer group even. To other skills in a complex in one place. Other more complex skills in one place, maybe? To conclude, I advocate the opinion of doing an enjoyable exercise similar as mentioned in the essay. Okay, similar. Okay, I believe that, okay, children are more likely to develop creativity or their imagination by taking part in sport or activities rather than reading, which should not be forced. Okay, that is nice. Yes, yes. So you could say, however, it's nice to do this before you go to bed. As a rule, in a conclusion, don't give new information in the conclusion. Quite important, the conclusion should sum up what you've already been talking about, not putting any new ideas in here. But Vlad, that's a very good start. Well done.